Hi everyone, welcome back to Bricks at War. Today we're going to look at a standard Lego set, and I'm going to show you how you can turn it into something you can use in your military mock. Once again, welcome back to Bricks at War. Today we're taking a look at a standard Lego set, and I'm going to show you how you can turn it into something you can use in your next military creation. Now this is the Land Rover Defender Classic, and this kit's been out for a couple years now. It's set number 40650 and comes with 150 pieces, including a minifig. Now, it's a great set as it stands alone. It's a great color, but it's real easy to change so that you can use it in your military mock. The Land Rover Defender and other Land Rovers are ubiquitous around Europe as well as the Middle East, and they would blend in well in any particular city-based mock where you have maybe private military contractors running around, or even military personnel, undercover CIA agents, things like that. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So you can see we've got three different versions of the Land Rover Defender here. We've got the original Lego version here with the bright orange, pretty good looking kit there, regardless of what you do to it. And then I've got two additional ones that I've now modified in different colors and have added some components to it. So as you can see, it's pretty simple. All I did was I opened up the box, I dumped out the pieces, I took all the bright orange parts, set them to the side, and then replaced each piece one by one with the corresponding color I wanted to make the new version off of. Any part that was not bright orange, I simply left in the pile and have now used in the actual kit. So the wheels, the undercarriage, most of those components, those all stayed the same. The roof was all one component that we put together out of the parts that came in the kit, and we ended up with a completely different looking vehicle now that would look good in any military mock that you're building. Obviously, you could do one in black as well that would show up and look kind of like an armored version, maybe carrying a high-valued person inside, being protected by a private military contractor or so forth. This one is kind of like my CIA version. You put him in any particular mock, and we've got our undercover CIA agent armed to the teeth, or private military contractor. Same situation here. They'd look good rolling around in this Land Rover Defender in this particular color. Now, the next version I enjoy quite a bit because it's all in white, and we'll put the roof back on. As you can see there. Now, what I did with this one is I added some additional components to it. So we put some lighting on the front. We added a whip antenna on the back. And now all you really need to do is add a few stickers on the side and one on the top that say UN. And you've got yourself a UN Land Rover that could be running around in your military mock, causing trouble with everybody and getting in everybody's way. All you need now is just another little minifig here. We've got our UN guy with the UN helmet and a blue vest, and he has got himself a little vehicle to run around with. And like I said, real easy to do. Swap the parts out, build whatever color you want. I believe the parts in here that you need to replace are available in pretty much any color I can think of off the top of my head. Yellow may be tough because there's a couple pieces that have studs on their side that may not be available in yellow yet, but don't quote me on that. The only thing you really can't replace or change is the headlight portion here. These are printed by Lego. You know, they're a 2x2 with a stud in the middle, but I just ignored that reality. I put obviously my own version on there, 2x2 white with stud in the middle, and I just put the headlight on there, and it looks great, and I think it works out fine. You could do other modifications to this, of course, depending on what kind of time you wanted to put into it. You could add a gas tank on the back, or a gas, fuel tank on the back in red maybe, or something like that, to show that you get some extra fuel if you're running around in the desert. But these definitely lend well to making some parts or some vehicles out of a standard design of a Lego kit. You could theoretically run it with the color it comes with. It's 15 bucks, no big deal. And the parts to replace, probably, if you went on Bricklink, maybe $10 if you got them all from the same place. They're really standard parts, so no big deal. The playability feature of this particular set isn't bad. It's, there's not a whole lot you can do here, but one of the things about the playability feature is you can add different components to it and upgrade it the way you want to. The roof pops off relatively easy to put a driver in there, or put whatever cargo you want to put in the back seat, or whoever you want to put in the back seat. Wheels obviously turn. They are removable. You could replace them with maybe something a little bit bulkier if you were looking to upgrade the look of the vehicle itself. But playability, that's pretty much all it comes down to on this particular vehicle. Let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons of this set. Now, it's not a huge set, 150 pieces. So pro is, parts-wise, not that many parts you have to buy to build one. In addition to that, it comes, in a kit for $15 directly from Lego. If you wanted to upgrade it to a different color, obviously all you need to do is swap those parts out. There's a good chance you're going to have a majority of those parts already. So getting additional parts from Bricklink, probably one single order and you're off to the races. You could make multiple copies of this. The only thing you would be missing would be the front here, the sticker that comes with it. But I'd be willing to bet the sticker is probably available on Bricklink for a few pennies if you needed some extra stickers. Pro, relatively inexpensive. Cons, well, not a whole lot of cons here. I would say the only con is, obviously, this is a 6-wide vehicle. As you can see, you could only put one person in there. You couldn't necessarily put people side by side in this particular vehicle. You can put one in the back seat, one in the front seat, but its size does limit it a little bit in terms of it being a 6-wide vehicle, where this kit, if it were produced by, say, maybe Brick Designers or Brickmania or some of the other builders out there, you'd be looking at probably an 8-wide version of this. But I think this looks great still, even with that particular con. Well, this brings us to the end of this particular video. We sure hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, this is a real easy way to advance your military equipment at an inexpensive cost, as you can clearly go to the shelf and buy this off the shelf and then recolor it relatively easy. Or even, like I said, once you have the instructions, you could simply just build additional copies by buying the parts offline. They're probably roughly around the same amount of money if you bought the kit, but you could build it pretty much in any color you wanted to, which makes the flexibility of this particular kit great. Anyways, we sure hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment area, and don't forget to like or subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.